morning, team. You guys are out there doing awesome and getting contracts and making deals, and that is great. What I want to do today is take a little time to backtrack to one of our topics in the Shift book, and that's in how to bulletproof your transactions. Because at the end of the day, we don't get paid till closing. And aside from, Good morning, team. You guys are doing great and working hard. But what I wanted to do today was to backtrack just a little bit and focus on one of the chapters we read in the Shift book. And that's about bulletproofing your transactions. Because it's wonderful to get contracts, but most importantly, we need to get to closing. Our clients do not get to buy that property, their new home, and we do not get paid until we get it closing. And today I want to focus on those areas where we are most likely to go sideways in a transaction. Now we'll have to think about this. In this environment where it's multiple offers and high pressure to make decisions and pay top dollar for houses, everything is a little more emotional and a little more tense. And these are the areas where we're most likely to have issues. One is that dreaded inspection. The inspection is our buyer's best friend and worst friend. So, friend of me, maybe. But how can we ensure that that part of the process goes smoothly? First of all, always prepare your buyers for the worst. You know, we're expecting the inspector to give us 40 pages of stuff that he nitpicked wrong with that property. Let them know that is our expectation. But what we're going to do is go in and navigate those things that are most important to them. You always want to be present with your buyer when they are having these conversations with the inspector and with any vendors or any repair people they get to get estimates on, so that you can always be on the same page and on the same conversation. Next is appraisals. Again, this is tough in this market. If it's your listing, the key to appraisals is providing them with your research. If you've priced that property and you have supporting documents to price that property and you have multiple offers on that property, make sure that information gets to the appraiser. Next is loan approval. Now, you guys, we really need to take charge of this particular part of the process. We need to be involved in the selection of the loan officer, and we just need to make sure it's someone that we can communicate with regularly. We can help our buyer get the lender what they need, and if things start to not go the way we anticipate them going, we should always have a backup plan. You know, we can have another lender that may be able to pick up and carry that ball over the goal line. Contingencies is always a big issue. If you have a contingency to sell another property, or you accepted, your client accepted a contingency for their buyer to sell another property, the key to that is one, having backup offers. You always have to have a plan B. And then two, it's communicate, communicate, communicate. And that leads to number 5, the co-op agent. You guys, we can't control the other side of it. We can't control that agent. Sometimes those personalities are all over those plays. Sometimes their diligence and their professionalism is different from yours. But what you can control is the transaction still. So you can control the communication, the emotion, and make sure everything moves forward. And deadlines, 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 deadlines are your responsibility. Make your checklist, check them twice. Always ensure that closing is moving and progressing as it should. I hope these are helpful. Write these down, include them in your checklist. Use your dot loop checklist for each of your transactions, and you guys get out there and be great.